Here. All right. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Write With Me. I'm Danita Jones. And this is, we do two 25-minute sprints here and a 5 to 10-minute break in between where you can ask questions or, about writing or just chat about what you're writing about or if you have any issues with anything that you're writing or working on. And this is really a productivity hour. So you don't have to be writing. Like I'm researching, other people may be doing admin work, sending out their emails, for their lists and so forth. But here it's about getting things done and getting our butt in the chair and making use of this hour. So, all right. Hey, Tamika, welcome. Hey, what are you working on today? You can drop it in the chat. Are you working on a script or short story or just drop it in the chat. Let us know. I'm continuing my research on the Peter Crosby story, the Vicksburg Massacre. And so I've been going through the testimonies from the congressional hearing, and the congressional hearing testimony, the transcript is over 500 pages. And when I first started to write with me, I read through and took notes on the first 200 pages. And in these past few weeks, I've been organizing my notes from those first 200 pages. And I'm pretty much at the end of that. And next week, I will start reading and taking notes on the back half, which is about 300 pages left. So, so I'm trying to get through it as fast as I can. That's really been my holdup, mainly before starting to write this book or this book series, is I really want to get through the testimonies of the people that survived the massacre, and the people that were the people that were there, and the families, the people who have lost their loved ones. Let's see. Tamiko says, I have to do a rewrite on my holiday script, so I'll be doing some reading to collect my thoughts. Okay, great. Well, awesome. Well, it's, what time is it now? It is 6:32. Well, let's get started for the first 25 minutes. Oh, okay. right, time for our little break. So, Tamiko, how are you doing? And also, I wanted to mention one of the people that have been participating and coming to these Write With Me. She's a coach and a writing coach. And so she's offered a free gift. And I've dropped the link in the chat here. I don't know if you see it, I will actually repost it. Um, she created a handy guide to publishing confidently as an indie author. It's a 3-step guide to publishing. Let's see, I will recopy it and paste it below. So there you go. Okay. And I also have my own free guide too. So, okay, great. And mine is 10 steps for storytelling, and which also then leads to my book on structure. Is there these little ebooks, but some people have found them helpful. I know the reason why I wrote the first one, it was just to really just kind of encourage myself to get back on board with writing. You know, normally I'm just always producing things and so being so caught up in that world, and I'm like, I need to really get back into my writing. And so then I drafted up that little book, and actually I put that in here too, so if you would like to grab that as well. Here we go. Cool. um, so right now where I'm at in this, like I said, I've been going through my notes and reviewing this one section where this gentleman, black man, his name is Moses. I say, cool, I'll definitely check that out. I'm always looking for ideas on structure. Okay, cool, great. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Um, and so Moses is telling this story about, this is a time. So I don't know how much you know, Tamiko, about Peter Crosby. I've posted about him a little bit on Facebook, but I mostly to my Substack audience, they know a lot about Peter Crosby. And I have a bio that I was asked to write for enslaved.org. And enslaved.org is ran by Henry Louis Gates Jr. and Stephen Niven. And so, and a few other people. And so they have these biographies of various formerly enslaved people, and what their lives were like and so forth. And so Stephen Niven, he had never heard about Peter Crosby. And I had been talking about Peter on Twitter back when it was Twitter, and because I don't even go over there anymore. But anyway, he reached out to me to write a bio. And so in my description, there's a link to that bio so you can know more about him. But he was elected, he was formerly enslaved, and he was elected sheriff in 1873 in Vicksburg, Mississippi. He was forced out of office in 1874 when Governor Ames encouraged him to get his office back because he was wrongfully forced out by a mob of 600 armed men. He came back to Vicksburg, put in a proclamation in the newspaper and calling upon white and black Republicans to help him get his office back. But when he did that, the white people got all up in a tizzy. And then they were like, they started spreading rumors that black people were going to come in and rape and pillage their town and all this stuff. And it wasn't that. They wanted to help Peter get back into his office. But they looked at it as a threat. So they lined up their cavalries and so forth. And pretty much they told any black people that were out there, if you're on the street, you're going to die. And some of them were doctors, like Dr. Shannon, whose testimony I went through earlier, Dr. Hunt, who actually was the family doctor of Peter Crosby. And, but they're like, no, we will kill you. And so, but Moses is talking about one person that was seeking help from to be able to get protection. He tried to go, this white woman he used to drive the carriage for, he was like, I need to be protected. They're, coming after me. And so when he went to her house, she denied him because he wouldn't drive for her that past Sunday. He came to her that Tuesday. The massacre started on Monday, but it went through a number of days throughout the week. And but she wouldn't let him in, and so they killed him pretty much right outside her house. And so yeah, so those are the type of stories that I've been diving into, and it's been very, really revealing. So, things that we didn't learn in school, right? So, let's see, anyone else here? I see another person stopped in. Well, it's time for the next sprint. And so let's get to it. Let's see. Yeah, very interesting, right, Tamiko? It is so. Once I started getting into, once I found out about Peter's story, and I kept digging and digging and digging, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I really want it to be a television series, but I'm going to start it out as a novel series and have the IP. Then hopefully I can make it into an incredible, dramatic, historical series. So, all right, let's do the next sprint, 25 minutes. chilling statements. Hmm. So, alrighty. Okay, that is the end of the second sprint. Hey, Shanae, good morning. And you're working on your novella pages this morning. Mhm. It is the Pomodoro app. And so, yeah, it's really cool. And I think monthly is $3.99, but they have a special going on for this week for Black Friday, which I think you can get it the whole year for $28.99. I think I'm going to upgrade to the full year since I've been using this to do these. But I used to always use it too when I'm doing my own writing. I haven't used it in such a long time for that, but when I decided to do this, I was like, oh yeah, this would be great to do here. And so yeah. So how was this hour for you guys? Did you get anything done? Did you get things done that you wanted to get done? And it's so cool. I see that the light has come in, the sun is out. It's really interesting seeing the whole, like it was so much a little bit darker when I first started at 6:30. Of course, not as dark as when I was doing at 5 a.m. Very good. I needed to get to sit down and focus. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you came, Tamiko. And it's always a pleasure to have you here, Shanae. Shanae's been a regular. She's been here from the beginning, from months ago. And her and her sister are incredible writers. So is Tamiko, too. We all are Black women writers here and professionally and have written professionally. Um, Shanae and her sister Chanel, they have written for animation series, and they have a graphic novel out, and they're working on a next graphic novel, and so forth. And Tamiko has written on different TV shows. So yeah, I love to have this little group here. Um, and that is really it for me today. Um, I will be back tomorrow at 6:30, and I'm taking off Thanksgiving and Friday, and but after that, I'll be back regular Monday through Friday at 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. So I hope to see you there. Have any questions about anything or anything before I hit end stream? You're good to go. Okay, we know each other from the other AM group. Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome. Well, if there is anything else, well, you guys have a wonderful day. Happy Tuesday. Okay, cool. 5 a.m. group. And say, yes, we know each other from a morning group we had many moons ago. Okay, that is so awesome. Yay. Glad you guys know each other. That is so cool. A small world, right? So, well, have a wonderful, wonderful day, you guys. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.